A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Okay, so getting back to our O. Henry story, we see that Sue and John-C's sick and, is looking out the window, trying to think, what's my life all about?
Yeah, and she's counting the leaves that fall down.
Right, she's counting the leaves, and what is that going to mean for her? That actually, everyone, brings us to our warm-up question. So since John C. is sick, our question would be, what can you do to cheer up a sick friend or family member?
Oh, what can we do to cheer up a sick friend or family member? We can maybe tell some jokes.
Yeah, you can always tell some jokes.
We can maybe take them out to do some fun things.
Well, if they're sick, yeah, but you got to be careful when you're taking them out. You can have, sometimes when people are sick, you kind of want to be by yourself, so you can bring over, some cooked food. Bring over something that, they might be hungry. That would cheer a person that maybe is sick up. Do you ever bring me food when I'm sick?
I tried to. Okay, so now we have to go ahead and read today's article.
O. Henry and the Last Leaf. Warm-up question. What can you do to cheer up a sick friend or family member?
Sue asks Berman for help. They try to cheer Johnsy up, but she just looks out of the window. The leaves keep falling. That night there is a bad storm. Now there is only one leaf on the tree, but it stays for days. It inspires Johnsy.
I was wrong to want to die,
she says.
Okay, so jumping back into our short story, we see Sue asks Bearman for help.
Okay, Sue asks Berman for help.
It's actually Bearman.
Bearman, okay,
Yeah.
so Sue wants to help Johnsy. So she turns to Bearman. What does he say? Is he willing to help?
Good question. Our article says they try to cheer Johnsy up, but she just looks out of the window.
Okay, so when you feel down, what do you do to cheer yourself up?
Good
We
question.
talked about how to cheer others up, right?
Yeah.
What about yourself?
First thing I like to do if I'm feeling a little down is maybe do some workout.
Go to the gym.
Maybe go to the gym, or maybe not go to the gym. Maybe just go swimming. If I can find a pool, I can cheer myself up by getting in water and just doing some exercise to kind of get out of your own head, we'll say.
Maybe go jogging
Yeah, go
or
jogging.
listen to some music.
Exactly. Listening to music is a very good idea. All right, well, let's see what happens. Our article says the leaves keep falling.
Okay, which means Johnsie's dying, right? I remember she said that when the last leaf falls, I die too.
Oh, okay. So they keep falling down. So that's a kind of maybe a prediction that will happen. If the last leaf falls, then that person will die. Ooh, okay. Well, our article says that night there is a bad storm.
Okay, so like here in Taiwan, we have typhoons, right? In your hometown, I know you have tornadoes.
Right, yeah, we have a lot of tornadoes. And just the last summer, we had quite a few tornadoes going around. But Tornadoes are a lot less dangerous, I think, than typhoons.
Really?
Yeah.
Typhoons can be really, really bad.
Right, yes. And jumping back, our article then says, now, since there was a storm, now there is only one leaf on the tree, but it stays for days.
Wow.
So it's not falling down. That leaf is holding on.
Yes.
So it's maybe representing holding on to life, not giving up. Continuing with the article, it says, it inspires Johnsy. I was wrong to want to die, she says.
So the strong leaf teaches her a lesson, right? A person's strong will to live makes a big difference.
Right, yeah. You see that leaf can do it, then maybe you can do it too. Don't give up so easily. Life is full of different wonderful possibilities.
Soon, Johnsy gets better. However, Berman gets pneumonia and soon dies. When someone finds him, his clothes and shoes are wet. There are brushes, a ladder, and green and yellow paint near him too. He painted the last leaf on the wall during the storm. It gave Johnsy the will to live. The last leaf was his masterpiece.
Okay, so that last leaf, everyone, is still hanging on, and our article says, soon Johnsy gets better.
Wow, so it's a story with a happy ending, right? But in day one, we learned that a lot of O. Henry's short stories have a surprise at the end.
Exactly. He was very good at surprise endings, which we call now a
Twist. But have we seen the surprise in this story?
Not quite yet. No, we are still learning because remember, Johnsy is getting better, but there must be something that gives us a twist. Our article then says, however, Bearman gets pneumonia and soon dies.
Bearman is the one that's an artist.
Yes,
and
also artist.
Sue goes to him to help, to ask for help.
Right, to cheer him up.
Okay.
Right? And Bearman also is the neighbor who lives in this artist community in Greenwich, New York. So, well, that's too bad. He gets pneumonia and then he dies. Well, what are we going to find out? Our article says when someone finds him, his clothes and shoes are all wet or are wet.
So did he go out when there was a storm?
Right, you would think. So if his shoes are wet, let's be detective. If his shoes are wet, his clothes are wet, the most logical choice or the most logical answer would be he went outside. Well, our article says there are brushes, a ladder, and green and yellow paint near him too.
Okay, what did he do exactly?
Well, it says...
Did he paint something?
I think that's what we're going to find out, everybody.
When there was a storm?
Yeah,
or when it was raining?
Could be.
He went outside, he did something.
Maybe he got inspired
and
by
he got
something.
sick.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah. See, you're following the trail along. All right, well, he painted the last leaf on the wall during the storm.
So the leaf that inspired Johnsy was painted by somebody, and that person was Bearman.
Very good, yeah. So he went outside. Now, I wonder if him going outside gave him pneumonia.
Gotta be, right? Because there was a storm, and it was raining, and it was cold, and he went outside to paint that leaf.
And we can assume maybe Bearman is a little bit older. Maybe, okay, because if you are older, it's easier to catch pneumonia. Back to our article, everyone, it says, it gave Johnsy the will to live. The last leaf was his masterpiece.
Oh, so the artist always wanted to, paint something special, right?
Right.
So this one is the special thing.
Right.
It's the masterpiece.
Exactly.
Wow, what a twist. And what a touching story that almost made me cry.
Really?
I got all goosebumps.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, these kind of stories are kind of wonderful, and that's why O. Henry was such a great writer. And everyone, there are many more stories of O. Henry that are just as touching.
Now I want to read more of his stories.
Right, and they're very updated. I mean, even like I said, these are almost 100 years ago. And even today, they still hold up, we say.
OK， 那现在呢，我们要看单字的部分咯。好，今天的第一个单字呢是 cheer somebody up， 那指的是使点点点振作或是鼓励。所以 cheer 这个动词啊，指的就是欢呼或是喝彩，群众欢呼喝彩，我们就可以说 the crowd cheered and clapped。那像是呢 cheerleaders 指的就是专门为别人加油喝彩的啦啦队员。那单字例句给的是呢 When I feel sad, Kevin always tries to cheer me up。当我难过的时候 Kevin 总是试着鼓舞我。那第二个单字呢是名词 storm， 指的是暴风雨。The storm clouds gathered， 那就是乌云聚集，准备要下大雨了。那如果你在 storm 的字尾加上 y， 会变成 stormy。这个形容词指的是暴风雨的，或是风雨交加的。像是呢 a dark and stormy night， 那就是一个风雨交加的夜晚。单字例句给的是呢 The storm brought heavy rain and strong winds. Many trees fell down on the street. 这场暴风雨带来了豪雨和强风，许多树木因此倒在街道上。那第三个是形容词 wet， 指的是湿的。Get wet in the rain， 那就是在雨中淋湿。那如果 you get soaking wet， 那就是全身都是湿透的。那另外呢，你在这个街道上看到人家说油漆未干要小心的时候，英文会说 wet paint， 好，也就是还是湿的，还没有干掉的油漆。那相反，我们要形容东西是干的，比如说干的毛巾，好，这种干的形容词我们要用 dry D-R-Y 这个字。那单字例句给的是呢 My socks are wet because I stepped in the small pool of water。 我踩进了那个小水坑，所以呢我的袜子湿哒哒的。第四个单字呢是 brush 这个名词，指的是刷子或是画笔。 A paintbrush 指的就是油漆刷或是画笔刷。那什么是 toothbrush？ 那就是我们每天要用的牙刷。那还有我们用的梳子呢有两种，一种是 a comb 扁梳，另外一种就是 a brush， 也就是不是扁梳，有硬毛的梳子。好，我们会说 brush。那另外 brush 也可以是动词，指的是刷或是梳理。brush your teeth， 刷你的牙齿。brush your hair， 梳你的头发。那单字例句给的是呢 Vincent uses a brush to paint beautiful patterns on the lantern。Vincent 用一支画笔在灯笼上面绘制美丽的图案。那最后到了 magic box， 我们要说的是 keep 这个动词，后方加上 VING 的时候呢，表示持续的某动作。比如说 he keeps crying， 他一直不断在哭。She keeps talking， 他一直不断在说话。My cat keeps sleeping， 我的猫一直不断的在睡觉。好，那要注意哦，这个动词后方我们要加上的是
Ving。Review time.
Okay, and welcome everybody back to our review time. We will review some of the words and phrases that we learned in our article. And since I'm holding this whiteboard, you probably know we're going to be playing Pictionary.
Yeah.
So let's look into our vocabulary. The first phrase is cheer somebody up.
是点点点振作或是鼓励。
The next one is the word storm.
名词暴风雨。
After that, the word is wet.
形容词湿的。
And our final word is brush.
名词刷子画笔。
All right, so I'm going to draw something. You try to guess what word it matches with.
Okay, so I see some clouds.
Okay.
有云，有 lightning 闪电。Okay. Dark clouds. Okay. And it says boom.
All right, so we have clouds, you're right. We got lightning.
Yes.
It says boom. There's a tree. Maybe the tree's shaking a little bit. Oh no.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
Storm.
Yes, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
S-T-O-R-M.
It is storm.
名词暴风雨。Okay.
Okay,
So my turn.
your turn. Here, I'll take the cap off for you.
Thank
Are
you.
you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we see a cloud. We see another cloud. Are we gonna have deja vu where we just say storm, 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 storm?
I'm kind of copying your picture.
Okay.
But I'm doing something else.
Okay. Okay, all right, I see a person. All right, let's look at this beautiful piece of art.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, it's lovely. All right, we have some clouds. We have it's raining.
Yes.
So there's a person standing there. He or she doesn't have an umbrella. So I would imagine that person is getting wet.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we can even make up a story, right? There was a huge storm and John went out without bringing his umbrella.
Because he left the umbrella at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, so he got super wet.
Oh, okay.
And then he got sick. And then one more?
No, I think that's all the
okay.
time that we actually have for today. There's 2 other words that you could do. The phrases is cheer somebody up. And maybe a good idea would be to give somebody a basket of fruit or candy. That would cheer somebody up.
好啦，那想学更多实用的英文，欢迎加入 AMC 空中美语粉丝团哦。This is Elsie.
And I'm Adam.
Bye bye.